Another day, another Latino for Trump gets what they voted for. This is Sergio Martinez, and like all self-hating Latinos who voted for Trump, he really thought he was white. He really thought that they would accept him. He really thought that Donald Trump's deportation plans would exclude him and his loved ones. But boy oh boy was he wrong. You see, Sergio's brother was rounded up by ICE while getting money from an ATM, and is currently in the process of being deported back to Mexico. See for yourself.
I did vote for Donald Trump.
How are you feeling about that vote now?
This is like, I feel like stupid. My brother and his friend, they went to church till 9 in the morning in Fullerton. They went to the ATM Chase Bank and they arrested outside them. They didn't ask anything, say, oh, you're a citizen. They basically pulling out from the car. I don't know anything. There is no results. I don't know what is my brother. He's just a nightmare.
¿Qué dijo? Man, this genuinely made my day. There is nothing I love more than seeing people get what they voted for. I don't know about you, but I do not have any sympathy for this man. And I genuinely hope that this happens to every Latino for Trump. But there you have it, guys. Play stupid games, get stupid prizes. Natural selection does not discriminate. But anyways.
Do I regret voting for Donald Trump? 100,000 times yes. The mass deportation that is happening, I mean, the unconstitutional rights that are happening, all of the AI bills that are being signed right now. I mean, I can go on and on. The banning of different countries from coming into America, that was my last straw. And I think a lot of people who voted for Donald Trump also say the same thing.
I have to say, I'm not gonna lie. It absolutely baffles me that you voted for someone and you never looked at his first term. If you did look into his first term before voting for him, you would see that all the things that you were complaining about, he enacted in his first term. You would also see that he ran on the exact things that you're complaining about. You sit here and you say that you regret your vote for Trump because you're upset about human rights violations, because you're upset about mass deportation, because you're upset that he bans other countries from coming to America? Are you like just dumped out the Muslim ban of his first term out of your brain? You just forgot about it or what? I don't understand that about you guys. It was an open book test. All the answers were there. And now you're complaining because you got literally exactly what you voted for?
I really thought they were just going to go after the criminals.
It was never about criminals. Because if it was, you know we have a felon in the White House, right? But. So having ICE raid elementary schools, that's about criminals. Arresting and detaining people going through the immigration process at their immigration hearings, which are expensive and hard to get, by the way. They're trying to go through the process like y'all want them to, but it's about criminals, right? They preach about free speech, but they hate when we speak up. They hate it. It's hard to explain this stuff to people with the brain of a 5-year-old. And you do realize being undocumented is civil, not criminal, right? You could look that up. Google's free. Raiding elementary schools for immigration, but when there's school shootings, which are done by American citizens, by the way, the school shootings, those are American kids doing that shit. Sending the National Guard, the Marines, ICE agents with weapons to a protest. No tienen huevos or what? You don't got a set of balls on you? Why you need armored vehicles and weapons for? And you do know there's videos of police bashing their own police car windows, right? It doesn't take much to speak up and spread awareness. Whether you post on your story, repost all the videos that are going on, it's so easy to repost. And if you're a Latino who is going against your own, fuck you. And to all my Latinos who are for Trump, that means you approve of kids getting arrested. You approve of families being separated. Yeah, you're real big and tough. But to all my Latinos who are undocumented or have family members that are undocumented, know your fucking rights. Don't answer phone calls. Don't answer the door. Don't show IDs. Don't do nothing.
Latinos for Trump were repeatedly told what he was going to do about immigration. Trump promised mass deportation and he insulted immigrants with some bad names, but they still voted against their own interest, thinking they'll be seen as the good ones, but no. So let's get to see more. Please like and help the video and let me know that's in the comments, right?
Regret voting for President Trump?
At that point in time, I think no, but now yes.
Okay, what happened?
It seemed like the right thing to do at the time for you.
I think so, based upon the data and what we were seeing and what we were being promised. It made sense.
Oh, promises made, promises broken.
And that has not bared itself out.
Jay Martinez is a Sacramento small business owner and 2024 Donald Trump supporter who says he voted with his pocketbook then and says the economy remains his biggest concern now.
And a lot of folks, other Latino men and folks that I know feel kind of politically homeless in a way.
For Martinez, besides the economy, the way that Trump immigration policy has rolled out has been another key concern.
There was a feel, and I think that Trump won 50% of the Latino men vote, particularly because we thought that there was going to be some sort of, common sense policy going forward.
Common sense. That's a good one.
Martinez called this ICE Sacramento Home Depot raid last summer an example of the problem for him.
It's just, that could have been my dad easily,
Gee, you didn't think about that before casting your vote? You went with the roaches for raid, chickens for KFC mentality. I mean, what did you think these signs meant? No lo entiendo? I mean, Jay, I really don't have much left to say to you except...
Raise your hand, come on!
But anyways, have the day you voted for. Bye.
You Latinos for Trump must be real proud of your stupid decision, huh? You think your little citizenship, your little permanent residency card, that little appointment you have with immigration coming up, or the fact that you've been here a couple generations makes you superior to the undocumented individuals in this country? Well, mija, the Supreme Court just said, if you look it, you must be it, and we must get rid of it. And the Latinos in the comments talk about, oh, well, if you look suspicious, then you should be stopped. Meanwhile, they're looking like a whole Aztec, a whole Inca empire. Mr. Madman, sir, do you not think you're on the chopping block too? The delusion is real, amiga. Your aspiration to whiteness and your craving of superiority nunca va a pasar, amiga. It is never going to happen. Your ancestry will forever and always remind you of the one thing you hate about yourself. Tú eres Latino. But what do I know, little old me, since you think you're a blanquita and untouchable? Go ahead, culera, stand in front of the ICE agent and speak the Espanol. Le. Wear that favorite jersey of your favorite soccer team, amiga. Go ahead, don't be nervous. And see if you don't get snatched up for looking suspicious. Whatever the hell that means. But you should know, you did vote for this. Buckle up, ho!
I am a U.S. citizen, but I would be lying if I tell anyone that I feel safe in this country at this moment. If I'm ever stopped or pulled over or anything at just the fact that I'm brown, that my skin color is brown, and that I could be labeled as someone without a legal status and someone ripping me away from my kids. I know it's not the same thing as to what other people are going through, but it's honestly something that all of us as Latinos are now having to deal with.
60% of Latinos voted for Trump. 60%? Y'all hate yourselves that much? You hate your cousins, your uncle, your friends on the other side of the border or trying to become citizens? Y'all hate them that much? 60%? I don't understand. I just keep saying 60%. Us as black people, we did our part. We really tried. But the Latinos? How do I care more for your rights than you do for your own rights? How do I care more for you and your family to finally get the American dream than you do? How do I care more for your uncle, your sister, your brother, your whoever, your mija, your mijo? How do I care more? 60% of Latinos. I will not be listening to the music no more. I will not. You have disappointed me. I will not be bachata and no fucking more, bitch. Fuck you, Latinos.
You know why some Hispanics vote red? Because literally the Hispanic culture as a whole is super conservative. The Hispanic community literally threw away their non-binary inclusion name Latinx because they knew that has nothing to do with Latino and Latina culture, because the masculine and feminine is literally imbued into the language. And anybody who knew half of a little bit of Hispanic culture would have known that Latinx was not gonna fly, because Latinos are mostly conservatives. The only reason why they vote blue or Democratic is solely for the topic of immigration, because a lot of them will have a family member that they know is low-key here illegally. But if you take away the immigration debate, the Hispanic community as a whole goes full red, unless they're like second or third generation and they're not fully in touch with their actual like Chicano or Latina roots.
Did you see what just came out today? We need to break this down. Unidos US, the largest civil rights advocacy organization for Latinos, released a bipartisan poll that shows that only 25% of Latinos who voted for Donald Trump in 2024 will do so this time. And 76% of Hispanic voters are going to almost certainly vote. And this, Fox News also released a poll showing that Trump's approval has dropped 40 points among Latino voters. This is huge. And in Florida, where Latinos can make or break a race, 51% of Latino voters here in the state disapprove of Donald Trump. As a Latina myself who served in Congress, and I was the first Latina nominated for U.S. Senate here in the state of Florida, this can really decide who is going to ultimately hold the House and the Senate. What do you think? What are Latinos going to do in Florida, in Texas?
Latinos for Trump lacked empathy for others because when Trump promised deportations, they didn't stop to think, wait, I have some papers, yes, but what if this happened to my siblings, to my parents, or even to my partner? When you vote, don't just think about yourself. Ask yourself, who else could be affected by these policies? Immigration was one of the central pillars of Trump's campaign. People heard it, and then some Latinos, they convinced themselves that somehow they'll be treated different, and they thought they were the good immigrants. But policies don't operate like that. Once policies are implemented, they don't look at someone and ask, who did you vote for? But many are now regretting after the damage has already been done. And you shouldn't need to see someone suffering before you decide that their suffering matters. You shouldn't have to wait until something happens to your own family before you recognize that is wrong. That's why empathy is very important. Elections have consequences, and people should take elections so seriously. Elections are not like entertainment, because once a harmful policy becomes law, it might take years or even decades to reverse it. You don't vote for someone because they insult the people that you don't like. You don't vote for someone just because they are going after the people you don't like. Examine policies and what those policies they are meant to do to other people. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.